Welcome to the Grow Your Business Cleveland video series. Co-producing and appearing in the series, the talented GYB CLE Interns. Supporting sponsors include NOAC, a regional partnership of Chambers of Commerce. New Image Media, Northeast Ohio's most recognized name in video for business.
In this episode, Ron Papaleo, business owner, producer, and entrepreneur, shares 5 ways to help your business stand out in a crowded field. After the tip, we go backstage where Ron shares the instrument that started it all, Femmena, why the crowd went wild, and more.
I'm Ron Papaleo. I'm a musical entertainer, and I'm going to share with you 5 ways to make your business stand out in a crowded field. Well, I was a high school music teacher for 31 years, but throughout that entire time, and even going before, back to my college days, I played in local bands as a drummer. And I've had wonderful, wonderful experiences. I've played in wedding bands, rock and roll bands, musical theaters. I played at the old Front Row Theater, which was a theater on the east side of Cleveland. I backed the Jackson 5 there. I backed Sammy Davis Jr. there, and a lot of other noteworthy entertainers. And about 5 years ago, I decided to start entertaining at senior living residences. I went in my first year from 29 shows to my 4th year, 203 shows. And along the way, I learned a few things, and I'd like to share some of those with you right now. First of all, you have to believe in your product. You have to have passion for it, and you have to know that it's something of value, that you have something to offer. As a musician, I've always had good feedback from my audiences. I've drawn good crowds. I've gotten good response. People dance. I've gotten requests. I've gotten encores, and I've gotten repeat bookings. And that's how I know that I'm reaching people and I'm offering something of value. The next thing you have to do is you've got to do your homework. You've got to know what your competition is doing. You've got to understand what kind of equipment you need, what it's going to cost, how much money you're going to have to put out to get started. My third tip is to know your audience. There's a wide range of ages and a wide range of musical styles. People who are in their 80s like to hear music from the 40s and 50s. People who are in their 70s like to hear music from the 50s and 60s. People in their 90s like to hear music from the 30s. My goal is to always have enough variety that I can please a lot of different people and have each one of them thinking that I was singing just for them. Tip number 4 is not to be satisfied with just doing the minimum. For me, I write my own arrangements, I produce them, I record them, I play every part, and then I play one part live along with the pre-recorded parts as I'm singing. So in that way, I'm both the producer, the engineer, the arranger, and the talent. I have to do all 4 of those things to make my product stand out. Tip number 5 is to set reasonable goals. There has to be a balance between what you're doing in your work, what you're doing in your personal life, and it's got to fit so that you don't overwork yourself. You don't want to burn out, because when you're burned out, you cannot give 100%.
Up next, we get to know Ron. Since its first patent in 1829, the accordion has been associated around the world with traditional music and romance. In the 60s, not so much.
I got my first accordion when I was 8 years old. It was a little 12-bass model, as it was called. And I played that for about a year, took lessons at Petramilli's Accordion Center on East 185th Street. And after about a year, I moved up to a full-sized accordion. And then when I went into high school, I figured out that girls didn't really like accordion players anymore. And the guy who sat in front of me in homeroom convinced me I would meet more girls if I would learn to play the drums. So that's what I did. I switched to playing the drums, and I became a professional drummer and have been for more than 50 years. So shortly after that, my mother decided, well, I wasn't playing the accordion anymore. I didn't need it. So she sold my accordion, and she used the money to buy my brother a guitar amplifier. But as some years went by, I started to miss having the accordion, so I started giving my brother a little bit of a hard time. I would tease him and needle him a little bit. Then one day in 1976, we were having dinner at my mother's house. He showed up there with a new accordion. He gave it to me and said, "Here, take this. I'm tired of hearing you complain about it all the time. And I've had that accordion ever since. I still have it. And then I got this one just a few months ago. Company is headquartered in Seattle, Washington. The accordions are made in Italy, and he imports them there. He has a factory there where they're made. Then they come over here. He ships them over here. He takes them apart, checks them over to make sure they're made to his specifications, and then he sells them out of his shop in Seattle.
Antonio De Curtis, also known as Toto, was an Italian prince, famous actor, and composer who wrote many songs, including the most famous Italian song, Mala Femmena. Godere. Enjoy.
Here's an old Italian song called Mala Femmena, which means, translated, evil woman.
From an anonymous source, family is the soil in which we grow the next generation.
Well, recently, like 2 months ago, I had my 8-year-old granddaughter come and perform with me. She's been playing the ukulele for about 2 years now, and she's getting quite good. And she's even taught me some things on the ukulele. Madison also comes from a musical family. Of course, not only is she my granddaughter, but her mother, my daughter, is a very talented flute and piccolo player, and her father is a drummer too. So she's surrounded by music at home all the time as well. And so I had her come with me to one of the residences, and she played 2 songs with me, and we sang them and she played them. And the response was unbelievable. The people went crazy for her. She got so much applause, way more than I ever did. And I was just so proud of her to see, the next generation carrying on.
So how did Ron score as a Grow Your Business Cleveland expert? We gave a thumbs up for standing out in a crowd, mastering the accordion, 31 years of teaching music, and un nipoti di talento.
Special thanks goes to our Grow Your Business Cleveland contributing experts for supporting our mission of growing business and kickstarting careers in Northeast Ohio. So don't miss a video or an opportunity to be part of the show. Subscribe at GYBCLE.com and follow us on our social media channels. And remember, if you like it, share it.